Hello everyone. A very good evening to all. Welcome everyone in this session. I hope you all are fine. Can you please confirm me everything is okay? Those are watching either on YouTube or on paid classes. Let me confirm. Alright, so everything is okay. Let's proceed with our capsule batch, the first class of our capsule batch, the marathon class. So it's your first class, and this class is scheduled on both the platforms simultaneously, that is on paid class as well and on YouTube. All right. So this session is entirely in English medium. If you want to watch the bilingual session, so that you can watch on the Hindi medium YouTube channel and as well as on the paid class as well. All right. So let's start with the very first class, and we are proceeding with module B, module C, module D, and module A. So just now, yesterday we have completed module A, so that is why we will be doing this at last. Now, so this is your capsule batch, your last minute marathon preparation. So in this particular batch, we will be covering 7 classes and all the classes will be 2+ hours. This is the Telegram channel. This is my Telegram channel. If you have not yet joined so far, kindly scan this QR code and it will be redirected you to the Telegram page. So you can join over there, and if you have any difficulty, any queries in your mind, then you can ask your doubts over there. All right, so let's start with the very first chapter, that is unit number 10. So till unit number 9, we have module A, and from unit 10 to unit 16, 7 units are there in module B. All right, module B is also a very important equal weightage module. So first module C is important, then module A, module B and A both are equally important, and at last module D. All right, so let's start with the very first part, that is fundamentals of HRM, the basics of HRM. So if I ask in a very layman language, what is HRM? So before HRM, first thing that you should know what is management. So management is what? Management is the process of organizing things. It is the process of planning. It is the process of coordinating. So here in management, we do everything related to business, related to people, related to internal culture. But if human resource, these two words are added before management, so it means managing the human resource. So how the organization they manages human resource, how organization they motivates human resource. So this statement that says management is all about managing people, not okay just your machines or just your any other aspect. So human resource management means managing people who work in organization. So it includes hiring employees, training them, then paying salaries to them, motivating them, giving them performance appraisal, compensation. So all are the structure, the components of human resource management. All right. Yes. Okay. Now, so funda or driving organizational success. So here the investment, employee investment safely. So how if the company has invested on employees, whether the employees they are bringing positive aspects in the company or not, they are bringing profitability in the company or not. So prioritizing the well-being of the staff. If you motivate your staff, then only they will do more and more, much better for your company. So how to manage them? How to manage from hiring process till the final compensation that the company is giving to them. So that is what managing human resource. Now, according to Peter F. Drucker, this statement is very important. What it says, management is about human beings. Its task is to make people capable of joint performance, to make their strength effective and their weakness irrelevant. So, according to Peter F. Drucker, what he said that management is all about the human being, and in management we have to prioritize the joint performance of the people. So, if they work together, if they work in collaboration, then only the objectives can be achieved soon with effectiveness and efficiency. And keep their weakness irrelevant, avoid their weakness, and follow on for their strength. So, what they are good in, you have to follow that, and in what they have the weakness, try to ignore that. So perspective is what that is all about. See, different organization, different managers, they have different perception about their people. So organization, it includes different people depending on their need, how they fulfill their needs, how they achieve the goals. So individuals, they join an organization by to earn money, to earn respect, to earn skills, and to grow to their career as well. So organization, they also needs people who can work together to complete their task on the stipulated time and their objectives effectively. So people, they need the organization. See, both have to understand the organization as well as the people. Both have to understand that each one of them is important. Without people, the organization will not going to run, and without the management, the people will not get any kind of direction. So this is known as the mental model. So both should understand that each one of them is important. Now, organization, individuals, they have to come together to attain a common goal. And different people have said what Robert Owen has said, that the advocate for better working condition means, Robert Owen has said that the humans are what? Humans are the workers. So provide them better working condition because they are the important asset of the company. Then Charles Babbage has said the division of labor. Division of labor means work should be divided. See here, labor means the work, not the people. The work should be divided into small and manageable activities so that it becomes easy for everyone to understand, and so that they can also perform their work in good manner. Like if you give them a big task, then they won't be able to perform. The people will won't be able to perform the big task. But you are dividing the work into small pieces, and then you are assigning to them. Then they will perform well. So that is what the division of labor Charles Babbage has said. Then Frederick Taylor has said that we should use scientific management approach, means the scientific methods should be used for doing the business. And he talked about the division of labor, means the work should be divided, and time and motion studies, that is the mental model. Both should understand each one of them is important, and within the stipulated time, the work should be done. It's not that you have given the task to other person and they are doing it in 1 year, in 2 year, in 1 month, in 2 months. No, the time should be completed the work should be completed in time bound manner. And major assumptions in this approach are what? The task should be broken down into simple units. That's what I have said. People, if people are doing any work, definitely they will ask money in return. Yes. And what is defined in the organization is technology. So companies should use the latest technology. They should not, they should avoid obsolete technology. So these are the things that the people have said different approaches of management. Then Elton Mayo has given the concept of human relation, that if the relation are good in the company, if people are good, they have the coordination, they are working in a coordinated manner, cooperation, then the work can be done effectively. And later the researchers like Chris Agris, Abraham Maslow, Douglas McGregor, and Frederick Herzberg has said that only money does not matter for the people. It, there is something more than the monetary value that also matters. And what is that? That is the motivation. So motivation also helps. Rather than only giving money to them and you are not motivating them, it will not going to work for a longer period of time. You have to give them motivation as well. And VUCA, that is very important. Several times the full form has came in the exam. It's a repeated topic. That is what is the full form of VUCA? Volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So volatility means the highly volatile means the changing, the flexibility is there. So things change very fast. So we have to follow the changes. We have to prepare according to those changes, like sudden price change, rapid market shift, uncertainty, because we don't know that what will going to happen tomorrow, what will going to happen next. So we have to prepare for the good as well as the bad things as well. Complexities. So if you are managing several things at the same time, it becomes difficult to manage. So complexity arises. So you have to hire more people for the management of more activities. So complexity is how you are managing, how different things occur in the organization, and how you are hiring people to manage those complexities. And ambiguity means unclarity. If you don't have a clear vision of your company, if you don't know what is the vision, what is the mission of your company, you will not going to achieve something big that what you have decided. So unclear or confusing, if things are unclear or confusing, there is no single correct answer. So these things are important. You have to be prepared according to the market. Uncertainty arises, risk arises. Okay, anticipate those risks. Complexity. So hire more and more people for the complex task, and make everything very clear so that the people can also understand well, and you can also achieve your targets well. All right, done. Next, the difference between HRM and HRD, very, very important. So HRM is what? In HRM, human resource management, it refers to application of principles of management, how principles are applied in the management and how people are following those principles when they are working. That is all about management. It is what? It is having a broader scope. Whereas HRD is what? Development. Development means what? Something that goes on continuity. It's a continuous process. It never comes to an end. So human resource development is what? It is the continuous process that works to improve the performance of the people working in organization. It is a management function, or we can say HRM is what? That is superset of HRD. Whereas HRD, it is a subset of HR. Alright, subset means it is the part of HR. So HRD, it is a part of HRM. It is reactive, it is proactive. What is reactive? Reactive means something has happened and after that you are taking actions for that. Like something bad happened in your company. After that you are taking actions, you are taking corrective measures for that. That is human resource management. HRD because it's a development, so you are working in a continuous manner. So you have to anticipate things before. Okay, something is happening before you are taking action. You have anticipated before. That is what proactive. Improve the performance of employees. In this, the skills, the competency, the knowledge, the experience, everything is included in development. It's a routine activity, operating activity, and it's an ongoing activity. It is independent, it is subsystem. It relates to people, it relates to entire organization. Now, some more roles has been defined. Okay, what are the human resource? How professionals, human resource professionals, how they have to follow many different roles. So Parik and Rao have identified some of the more roles that the human resource have to follow in order to perform well. The technical roles are there, and some of the managerial roles and personality roles. So HR professionals, how they are following these roles. So knowledge of performance appraisal system. So HR professional should have the knowledge of when to give the performance appraisal, how the appraisal has to be done, how to give the rating to the employee. So they should know how companies check and rate employees. Potential appraisal means if whether the individual has potential to grow in future or not. That is what they also need to check. Knowledge of test and behavior measure. So how they are behaving in the bad circumstances. Okay, how their skills, their behavior are. So one has to assess their skills and behavior. Then ability to design and coordinate training programs. So if any individual has joined the company, if any fresher has joined the company, it's the duty of the HR professional that to provide training programs to that particular individual. So being able to plan and manage training for workers, the professional knowledge of personnel and management. So HR professionals should also have the knowledge how to tackle employees, okay, how to manage the people efficiently. Knowledge of behavioral sciences means the attitude of the people, how the people attitude are, how they will going to react, okay, on any particular thing, how what people think, how they feel, what they will do at work. So this is also the knowledge of behavioral sciences is also important to HR professionals. Then internal culture of the organization, career planning. See, in the people they are working in your company not just for the sake of money. They also want to build their career. Like for example, you are giving this CAIIB exam. Okay, you are working in the bank, and at the same time you are also preparing for this exam. Why? Just to develop your career, uh, just to plan your career for better career. That is why you are appearing for this exam. So knowledge how to give best career programs to the individuals, that the knowledge should also have. And knowledge of skills and counseling. So if the individuals people are not performing good, then the HR professional has to ask to them that why you are not performing, is there any issue, support them, okay, morally, and advise employees during program problems or take decisions for them as well. Then managerial roles means the roles related to the management purpose. So in managerial role, we have all the five functions of management, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. And personality. So what should personality the HR professionals should have? The HR professionals should be a initiative person, means they should take any kind of action quickly. faith in human beings. They should have positive attitudes towards other. They should have a good level of creativity. If they found that any other individual is not happy in your company, then you have to do the counseling with that particular person. Why that person is not happy? What is the issue? Why, if you are motivating, if the manager is motivating, still that person is not performing good, what is the reason behind that? So creativity and imagination should be there. Concern for the best, concern for the people. Okay, always be friendly to the people, always be sociable and affable, means friendly as well. Attitude for research and development, interest in learning new things. If HR professional is good enough to handle all the tasks, then people will also feel safe in that environment, and ability to work as a team member whenever required. So these are all the roles that the HR professionals should perform. Now, next is what? Next is the strategic management. Okay, so human resource management, we have seen what is HRM. Now, in this HRM, the word strategic is added. So, what is strategic? Strategic human resource management. So, it means managing employees in such a way that that helps the company to achieve their long-term goals. Okay, so it's about hiring, it's about training, motivating people, keeping employees so the business can grow successfully. Like, for example, if a company wants to become the best technology company, so strategic HRM, what strategic HRM will do? Hire skill tech employees, okay, train them regularly. Then, if their performance is good, then reward them and create a strong work culture so that more and more employees will be attracted towards that company. So this is what the strategic HRM is. So it is the process of linking HRM with strategic goals and objectives in order to improve business performance. Now, next, this chart is very important. So, following chart depicts the conceptual understanding of HR values. So, different HR roles are there. One is core people role, second is organizational value add role, and third is business transformation role. Means core people role means these are the roles that the HR must have to follow. So, these are core means these are very important to the company. Organizational value add role means some roles are there that will add value to the organization. That is what value organizational added role. And third is the transformation role means there are some role which helps the organization in the transition process in transforming to another level. That is what business transformation role. Now, what are the core roles? So selection, giving orientation programs means introduction program, career development, motivating employees, compensation, welfare services, retaining the employees, terminating the employees, hiring the selecting. So these are all the important functions that the HR has to perform. Now, some roles that add value in the organization, like if you have good technology, then it will add value to the organization. If you have a learning environment, if you have a knowledge management, that will add value. If you have a development and consulting programs, that how to develop career of the employees, how to consult with them if they have any issue. So these will add value to the company, and employees will be attracted in these companies. They will feel safe working in these companies. Now, next is business transformation. Transformation means change, transition. So, company business should create a flexible working culture. Flexible means if required, things can be changed, policies can be changed, working structure can be changed, method can be changed. So, flexibility should be there. Aligning HR initiatives to business. Aligning means the HR activities should match with the strategies of the business. Whatever strategy the business has formulated, that should match with the HR activities, HR initiatives. If any transition is done, like if you are transforming, changing your business model completely. So the transforming, the transition should done in an easy manner. If it would done in an easy manner means in an ease manner, then the employees will be happy to implement those changes. And assess return on investment in human capital. So return on investment means what are the returns that you are getting on doing investment. So if you're investing in human capital means investing in people, how much return you are getting. Like for example, you have hired any person, okay, worth rupees 50,000 per month. Now, From this employee, if you are earning 70,000, 55,000, 60,000, 80,000, then only you will in a profitable mode. Okay, you will have a profitability from this employee. If you are giving 50 rupees and you are earning only 40 rupees from this employee, 40,000 rupees from this employee, is it a good return on investment? No, it's a negative. So you have to assess how much you are paying and in return how much you are getting from that employee. Are you getting more? Then that is good. If you are getting less, then you need to change your employer or you need to pay that employee less. That is what these chart denotes. Okay, meanwhile, if you are having any doubt on YouTube also, you can comment down. Chat box is open. Now, next, what are the competency models? So, HRM, strategic HRM competency models are there. Means these are the 9 types of competencies that HR professionals should have, how they can become the good leaders of the company. So first is what that is leadership and navigation. So leadership navigation means what that is giving direction, providing direction. Okay, so leadership and navigation is the ability to guide and direct an organization while aligning HR strategies. So it says that leading people and helping the company so that they can achieve their goals. Then ethical practices means the business should follow the ethics. Business should follow the proper norms, doing the right thing honestly and fairly at work. Business acumen means everything related to business. So understanding how the business works, how business makes profit, how business help employees, how businesses ahead from their competitors. So understanding everything related to business. Next is relationship management. So relationship management tells about that building good relations with employee and team. If you have a good relation, if you have good report, then only you can perform well in the company. Otherwise, the chaos will be there, the conflict will be there, and you will not going to attain your objectives. Then consultation. So consultation is about how you deal with the employees, giving useful HR advices and solving their problems within the culture only. Critical evaluation is all about the studying data carefully so that one can make better decisions. One can critically evaluate the things that has happened in the past and how to make those things better in future. Global and cultural effectiveness is working well with people from different cultures because see every individual is different. Okay, my perception is different, your perception is different, so we are coming from different backgrounds, so working with them well so that it does not happen that okay the cultural differences or background differences should not be there. Then communication, it plays a very important role. So sharing ideas clearly, listening properly to others, communicate well. So like if top manager has to communicate anything to the low managers, so top manager will first communicate to the middle managers, middle to lower, okay, middle to supervisory, then supervisory to lower. So how this chain of command has to be followed. And HR expertise means so having strong knowledge of HR activities like how you are hiring people, how you are giving them training, how compensation is decided, all these things. So mastering core HR functions including talent management, succession planning, and compensation and benefit. So these are all SHRM competency models. Clear? Now, next we have unit number 11. That is all about the HRD, human resource development. So development, just now we have understood development is what? It is the ongoing activity. Here the development of people, their skills, their talent, their knowledge, their abilities, their competencies, everything should be developed. So it is the structured means step by step and ongoing process within organization. It is designed to increase the employee's skill, their knowledge and abilities. It also focuses on professional growth, how people will grow, how their career will develop. And see, if people will grow, their career will develop, they will always focus more for working. And with that, the organizational will achieve their goals in an effective manner and with full of efficiency. All right. So effective means that 100% accuracy should be there. If you are doing any work, how accurate you are performing, and efficiency means how quickly you are doing. So this is the difference between effective and efficiency. Effective means with accuracy, and efficiency means how quickly you are completing that task. What are the importance of HRD? So it enhances employee skill. Yes, it will increase the productivity. If your skill will increase, like you don't have much technical knowledge. Now, the company will provide you relevant training. Okay, you have developed the skill and technical knowledge. If your technical knowledge is good, then the productivity will be there. You will work more. If you will work more, the higher productivity will be there and efficiency will be there. Then boost employee satisfaction and retention. So if you have good level of skills, you will be satisfied. You will always feel that yes, I also have something better than others. And with this power will help you to retain in the company for a longer period of time. So both company and you will be having satisfied of working in the company. Encourages more innovation. Yes, you will perform new tasks. You will bring new ideas. You will do new brainstorming. So innovative ideas will be there. Improves organizational performance. So with this, the business will be having a lot of success, and it supports leadership and development. So with good skills, with good knowledge, with good experience, you will be prepared for future leaders as well. You can act as future leaders when there is a requirement in the company for the post of succession plan. Now, next is job and role analysis. So, what is job analysis? Job analysis, it includes everything related to job, related to employees. So, it is the techniques of job analysis, and this two components are there, JD and JS. Okay, job analysis means what is required for the job. Like if you are performing the role of banker in your bank, what is required for this job, what is required for this role. Okay, the experience is required, the skills are required, all right, and the knowledge is required. Okay, where you are posted, in which category you are working, where is your branch located, how much distance is there from your house. So everything related to job and employees, that is what job analysis is. So it includes the listing of what is required to perform a task or a job. So it includes JD and JS. JD means, see, description means describing. Describing everything related to job. Like what is job, what are the roles you have to perform, what are the duties you have to perform, where the job is located, everything related to job only. Now, job specification means specification stands for specification. So remember, S stands for skills. And skills is what? Whose skill? Definitely the employee skill. So job specification, it talks about the candidate only. Everything related to candidate. So candidate skills, candidate experience, candidate's knowledge, candidate education, candidate age, everything. So JD is what? It talks about duties, responsibilities. Okay. This qualification is the part of specification. Okay. The working condition. This is all about JT. Job title, job role, job purpose, and job specification means knowledge, skills, abilities that are required to perform a job in organization. What education the person is having, how much work experience the person is having, whether the person can handle all the tasks well or not. So it is related to employee, it is related to job. Now, all the terms related to job analysis. So, job analysis is what? It is a systematic process of collecting and studying information. It includes everything related to job, related to candidate. Okay, job description is all about job. So, duties, responsibilities, working condition. Specification is what? The qualification, skills, experience, personal qualities that is needed for the individual to perform. Evaluation means, if you will see the word evaluation, you will get one word in between, that is value. Value means finding the value of a job, finding the worth of a job. So it is the systematic process of comparing. So how to find the worth of a job? If you are comparing different jobs, then only you will get to know that yes, okay, this job is having high priority, that this job is having less priority. So that is what the evaluation of different jobs, comparing different jobs on the basis of experience, on the basis of their money, on the basis of compensation, on the basis of the work, and then deciding the salary and fixed compensation for that job. Okay, job design means It includes the task, duties, responsibilities into job to improve efficiency and employee satisfaction. So in job design, everything that the job contains, what are the tasks that organization needs, what are the duties, what are the responsibilities, and how much employer is satisfied in performing that job. That is what the job design. The complete package included in this job design. Now, job rotation and job enlargement. See, these two are have the horizontal expansion. Horizontal expansion means the expansion is there, but at the same level. What is the difference between rotation and enlargement? Rotation means one employee is rotating, shifting from one job to another. Like um, any day you are working the job of clerk, then you are working the job of cashier, then you are working the job of you are checking all the policies. So this is the job rotation. You are not doing one task, you are doing several tasks. Why? So that the boredom can be reduced and you can learn new tasks at the same time. You can learn variety of jobs at the same time. It will reduce monotony and it will develop multiple skills. Job enlargement is what? It is the increasing number of tasks an employee performs in the job. See, there's a difference between rotation and enlargement. In rotation, you are doing one work at a time. Like someday you are doing the work of clerk, all right, and someday the cashier has not present. Okay, he has taken leave from the bank for 2 days. So now you are not doing your work. You have shifted to perform his duty. So that is what rotation. But in job enlargement, you are doing your work also at the same time you are performing another work also. So it adds the variety. Okay, here the variety is added to the current job. Here variety is added, but at a time you have to perform only one job. That is what the difference between rotation and enlargement. Enrichment means if you will see one word in between, that is what rich. Now, rich means having more money. So just understand in this. So here more responsibilities are added, more authority are added, opportunities are given. So it is the vertical expansion. And if it is a vertical expansion, then means either promotion is there or the salary increment is there. And satisfaction means if you are satisfied with your job, if you are satisfied with your work, that is job satisfaction. Next. All right, so different terms. All the terms it seems to be same, but there's a difference. There's a thin line difference between all these terms. Task means that is a specific activity that you are doing. Like I have given you the task. Okay, you have to enter the customer data into a spreadsheet. That is the task. Job means job includes every type of work. Like you're also performing the typing. You're also verifying it. You're also saving the records in data entry clerk job. So it is the collection of different types of tasks. Means no, you're not performing one task in your job. You have to perform multiple tasks. So that multiple task is known as job. Position means at what level you are working. Okay, you are working at the middle level. You are working at the low level. So at what level you are performing your work. Role is what? What is the responsibility that you have been assigned? Like a teacher role is not only to teach, but also to guide students, but also to give the mentorship, but also to help the students, okay, if they have any doubt, any queries. And work is what? Work includes all these things. The task, job, position, role. So it includes everything. Like hospital staff, doctor, nurses, technicians, they work for a single patient. So overall activities that includes task, job, roles that is known as work. Now, next is these are the different concepts: learning, training, development, and education. Now, learning is what? What is learning? Learning means the acquisition of knowledge, skills, attitudes through experience, study, or teaching. See, in learning, like suppose you have okay, you went to someone house and you have observed that the children in their house they are making they are very noisy. They are making a lot of chaos in the house. So you have learned that if anyone comes to your house, so you should not do the same thing. Otherwise, it will create a disturbance to the people who visited your house. So that is what that you have observed, okay, from different people. You have observed it through experience. So learning is acquiring new skills and new knowledge no matter where you are, just the acquisition of knowledge. Training is what? Training is for the specific purpose. Specific purpose means like you have appointed for accountant job. Now, in for accountant job, you must know the tally. Okay, the basics of tally, the advanced version of tally dot ERP. All right. So if you don't know this, then the training will be provided to you. Already you only know the basics of tally, but you don't know the advanced version of tally. So company will provide you training for that. Now suppose you have left that company, you have joined another company, and you have joined for the position of officer. Now for that position, you don't need the accountancy job. Okay, you don't need this tally work. The experience will not going to matter over there. So training is what? It is provided for specific activity. It is aimed at teaching immediately for the knowledge, skills, and attitude. So it is just related to a specific job. If the job has changed, the training will be no use in that new job. All right. But development is what? Development is for overall activity. Like you have learned communication skills. Now this communication skill, it will help you whether you are doing the work of accountant, whether you are doing the work of officer, whether working in any corporate company, this communication skill will help a lot. So it is not related to any specific job, it is related for the every type of job. So development is what? It is for long term. Can I say development is for long term? If it is long term, it is broader also. It is a continuous activity also. Whereas training is what? Training is for short term. It is for particular activity. All right. It is if development is broader, it is what? It is a narrow concept. And education is what? Education means having knowledge, gaining knowledge in a formal way. So in a formal way to broaden one's knowledge. Like you are going to school, you are learning something from your teachers, okay, from your principal. So that is what you are visiting that school, you are in the school and you are learning in a more formal way. That is education. Again, it is often non-specific. Again, it is non-specific means it is not like training. It whatever you have learned in your school, it will help you in your future also. Okay, in your next 20, 30 years, 40 years. So that is what the education is, learning something in a more formal way. All right. Next, there are some of the learning theories that are important in this chapter. First is mechanistic of behavioralist theory. Now, mechanistic of behavioralist theory, what it says, it talks about the two words that is stimulus and response. What is stimulus and response? It says that the learner is what? Learner is passive. Mechanistic of behavioralist theory says that the learner is passive. If you want to make the learner active, what you have to give? You have to give the stimulus to the learner. Then only the right stimulus will give the response. Okay, for example, okay, last exam was on December 2025. All right, you are attempting for your May June exam. It means you were having 6 months in your hands, but none of you have started studying from the very first day when the exam of December 2025 ends. Yes, when you have started, most of you have started studying when the registration start begins or from January onwards. Yes, so this is what when you see that the registration window is now open. Now it's high time that we should start our preparation. So what has given you the stimulus? What was the stimulus? The registration, opening of registration form. That was the stimulus. And with that, you have given the response. You started studying for your exam. Yes. So if correct stimulus is given at the correct time, then only the individual will give the response. Otherwise, not. Now, cognitive theory, cognitive means cognitive, the word itself means brain. So brain means these theories, it is related to man with his brain. So how you are taking decisions related to any managerial level problem. So how humans they are capable of critical thinking and problem solving. That is what the cognitive theory says. So if individual is in a position to take correct decisions, okay, to do critical thinking and problem solving, then it means their cognitive theory that their cognitive domain is very high. Now, organismic and humanistic theory, what it says, it talks about freedom to learn. Freedom to learn means let the learners give the freedom to learn. They know what is good for their life, they know what is bad for their life. Okay, we don't have to put burden on them. Let them try to do whatever they want to do for their life because they have the freedom to learn. We should not put every time burden on the learners. We should always give freedom to learn. So we can also see that how they are learning, they are doing effectively or not. So that is all about the three different learning theories. One theory talks about learner is passive. To make the learner active, give the right stimulus. If right stimulus is there, then it will work and the individual will give the response. Cognitive theory talks about the brain. If individual is having good intellectual capability, then individual can do critical thinking. The learners can take any kind of decision related to the problem. They can solve the problem quickly. And humanistic theory says that the learners should be provided freedom to learn because they know their life well. They know what is good for their life, what is wrong for their life. Now, next is systematic approach to training. Systematic approach to training. What it says that the training should be we should first the company should know is there any need of training or not. If there is any need of training to the employees, then a proper systematic way has to be followed. And how this is to be know whether the training requirement is there. So it is the structured and logical method used to design, develop, implement, and evaluate training programs. It ensures that the training is effective, efficient, and aligned. Like example is given for the systematic training in action. Suppose a company has noticed that there is a drop in customer satisfaction. Why? Because of poor communication skill. The company does not communicate it well with their employees. That is why there is a drop in customer satisfaction. Now to improvise this, the company has started that we should provide our training methods to our employees. So there is systematic approach to training. So first, it is important to do the proper analysis that why the customers are dissatisfied. Why? Because there is communication gap. Then design a proper plan to fulfill this communication gap. So plan a customer service communication training. Develop that training. So create different role play exercises. Okay, create a scenario where employees they can talk to each other. They can talk in a way like they are talking with the customers. They can do role play. Then implementation, finally the training will be provided to the employees. And at last, it is important to check whatever training the company has given to the employees, are they performing well or not. So measure the improvement in customer feedback and employee confidence. That is evaluating and assessment of the training programs. So systematic approach to training is done. So all these 5 steps have to be followed. First, the analysis is done. That is whether there is any need of training or not. Yes, if there is any need of training, then prepare a training plan. When you are preparing a training plan, you have to decide what should be the duration of the training. Okay, at one time, how many individuals are getting training? What is the time of the training? How the training is to be provided? Who are the trainers? Who are the trainees? Then evaluate the training program and at last select and develop the trainers so that whatever training you have been provided, it will be tested and it will be assumed in the company for future benefit. That yes, it can work in future as well. All right, so there are, if see, in providing the training, when making a preparation of a training plan, then different attitudes of people are there. So five, four core functions of human attitudes are there. Some will have the adjustable attitude, means adjustment function means they can adjust in any of the environment. No matter if they are working in the company, they have to adjust in that environment. So developing attitudes to gain social rewards or avoid punishment for other. So that is why they have to adjust in that particular scenario. Second is value expression function. So how much value, okay, how much value you are giving to your work, how much value you are showing to the company, that the company is keeping you, it means you have something that you can create value to the company. So holding attitudes that allow you to show others who you truly are, how much you are valuable to the company. So showing your value, supporting a specific charity like charity, or doing giving your commitments and fulfilling your commitments. Now, ego defensive function is what ego defensive function, this type of function helps the individual to protect their self-esteem. Like Okay, you have pointed me that I'm wrong in any of the work. I know that I'm wrong, but still I'm defending. I'm saying that no, I'm not wrong, I'm right. So, using your attitude to protect your self image from insecurities and harsh truth. You have shown me the mirror, but still I'm not accepting my mistakes. I'm working on my own man. And the knowledge function means with having good training, with having good, if you're having positive attitude, how you are taking the knowledge of the company. So creating mental shortcuts to organize information and make the world predictable, so that whatever choices you are having, okay, how much people are trusting to you, this is that is only because you are having a good knowledge path. So these are the four core functions of human attitude: adjustment, second value expression, third ego defensive, and fourth knowledge function. All right. Now, next is what that is career path plan. So, career path planning means so individuals they are in your company, okay, not just for money. I have told you earlier also they are also just for their development of their career. They also want to develop their career. And for developing the career, what is the planning the company provides? What is the plan that they have to work in this? So, career for this, the career concepts are there given by Michael Driver. The first is linear career concept. Now, linear career, all right. Linear means what? Uh, a line, all right, a margin, a line. Now, linear career concept plan for upward movement within the same profession using organizational hierarchy. Suppose you have started your job from this very low position. All right, let's take it. Okay, let's take it a teacher. Okay, this is the very low position. Now, after that, you are moving to the top. Okay, after teacher, okay, you have qualified your net paper. Okay, you have qualified your JRF. Now you became what? You became a assistant professor. Assistant professor. After that, you are moving upward. Then you are becoming associate professor. And at top, you will become the professor. So this is the highest level in the teaching field. Now, suppose you have joined as teacher and you have qualified NET and you became the assistant professor. After that, you don't want to move in the organizational hierarchy. You don't want to move up in the organizational hierarchy. Why? Because moving upward, it does not only uh, increase your salary, it will also increase your responsibility at the same time. So linear career concept is individual. They are planning to move upward within the same profession using organizational hierarchy. So sorry, this is you are using the organizational hierarchy to move upward. Okay, like from teacher to assistant professor, assistant to associate, and finally professor. You are using the organization system. That is linear career. Steady state career is what you have moved from teacher to assistant professor. Now at this position, you have stopped your career. Now you are not moving to upward position. Individuals they choose a profession, acquire higher skills, but do not to choose to go up higher in the hierarchy. Why? Because it will also increase your accountability as well as responsibility. That is why you are stick to with this position and you want to take the retirement from this position. Transitory pattern means individual shift from one job to another. Like sometimes the individual is working as a you can say as an officer, okay, then individual is working as a MR, then individual is working as a you can say software developer. So individual is what they are shifting from one job to another, and no matter that job is related to the previous one or not, they are not learning any new skills further, they are just shifting from one job to another. Like it happens now, there are many individuals they switches their job in every year, in every few months. That is what the transitory part. Now, spiral career is what? Spiral is like this career. In this, the individual they take a new job, they will work in that new job, they will perform well, and then they will shift to a new job. So, in spiral career and transitory pattern, what is the difference? In this, the individual is not learning skills. They are not learning anything new in the job. They are just switching the job. But in spiral career, individual they take new job, they work hard, they perform well, they move up in the status and rank, and then they move another type of work to follow the same path. Like we have best example, Smriti Ran. Like before she worked in serials, okay, then she joined the politics, and now again she is working in the serial. So she has earned a huge name and fame, okay, in the uh, as celebrity also, and as the as a politician also. So that is what the spiral career. And plateau career is what in this reaching a level higher, you have reached at this position, and now when you are starting another job, you are starting from the same position only, not from the below position. That is plateau career. All right. Next is Erickson's life stages. So Erickson's life stages are what? These are the life stages of a human people. Just like humans, they have four life stages. These like why this is important? This is important to understand the career stages. So that is why first you need to understand the life stages. So life stages, then we have career roles that is known as the career stages given by Delton. So in life we have to go through with four stages: adolescence, young adulthood, adulthood, and maturity. So adolescence is what? This is the first level of the life stage where a person develops the ego identity. Like 5 year, 6 year old kid is what that develops the ego. That becomes a stubborn child. Okay, so adolescence is what, or if you're in your teenagers, you also have the ego state that if you want something, no matter how much it costs, you want that particular item. So that is the ego state that is developed. So you always want in this position that what others are thinking about you. Are you looking good in front of others or not? What they are thinking about you, what they are talking about you. You are more focused on these things at this particular age, at the age of teenager. Young adulthood means when you have achieved the position of 22, 20, 22 to 30, 35. So here you are started developing a new friends, new relationships. Okay. In this you have made your own group, you have made your own interest group or a work group. So here you are start making the relationships. Adulthood is what? This is the stage where you are guiding the other generation. Like at the age of 40, 45, you are now at a position where you will guide the other people. So you will pass your knowledge, whatever you have experienced, whatever knowledge you have gained in these years, you will surpass to your colleagues, okay, to your younger ones. And maturity is what? This is the final stage where again a person develops the ego identity. So that is why we say na, that is the child and the old age person, they are similar. So in the maturity also again the ego identity is there. They such in such age the people will try to understand that what they have done in their whole life, okay, 40, 45 years, how much they have devoted to their career, whether their life was meaningful or satisfying or not. So that is all about the four life stages given by Erickson. Now, similar to this, the career life stages are there given by Dalton, Thompson, Price in 1977. First is apprenticeship. So apprenticeship is the first initial beginning of the career, initial level of the career. In this, when you will join the company, you will always have to work with with your mentors. They will guide you, they will supervise you. At this stage, the individual needs to accommodate himself, and the dependency is very high. You are dependent on other person. Then second comes the colleague. So in this stage, you are making your own contributions because you have learned, okay, from your supervisors, from your mentors. So now you are applying those in your professional life. Again, you are dependent on them, but less dependency is there. If any issue comes, then you will take the help from that person. Otherwise, you will make your independent contributions, but still you are under the supervision of the supervisors. Now, mentors means this stages starts the beginning of complex function. In this phase, now you are doing your entire work on your own. Okay, you are taking responsibility, the complexities for your work. And the sponsor is what? This is the highest stage where now you have broadened your knowledge. You are at a position where you will guide the other people. Now you want to be the part of the top management. You want to be the part of the decision maker, where you can take the decisions on behalf of other people. So where you want to influence, where you want to act as a powerful person in front of all other people. So this is just like the Life stages, we have four career stages: apprenticeship, colleague, mentor, and sponsor, ACMS. Now, next we have the science career anchors. So, career anchors are what? These are the components that basically tell to in whichever in whichever thing you have the interest, you accordingly that you should choose your career. Like technical and functional competence. If you are more having the technical knowledge, if you love the functionalities and the technicalities, then you can go in this field. If you want to be outstanding in that field, the self concept is associated with their skills in that area. So you can become the engineer, you can become the software developer, you can become the AI engineer. So that is what if you love technology. Now, managerial competence is what there are some people who always love to manage other people, so they can become the manager of the company. Their early career experiences indicate that they want to be become a manager in the management hierarchy. Then security. Some individuals are the type of individuals they always want a safe environment. Like they always want to work near their house. They want that whatever job they will get, it should be nearby to their house, nearby to their geographical location. So they want a job to be more safe, to be more secured. They want a secure work environment. Now, creativity means some people are there who always love to do the creativity, imaginative things. So they always want to create something new. So for that, they can become the artist, they can become the painter, they can become something that they can create anything new, interior designer. So where creativity matters, where brainstorming matters a lot. And autonomy means independency. So another group of individuals, they find organizational life unpleasant. Why? Because they want to work on their own. They don't want to work under any person. So such people can become the business owner. They can start their own business. They can have their own startups. So they maintain freedom and autonomy. So this is all about career anchors. Now, three-dimensional movements are there. How the movement will be done in the organizational hierarchy, how people will communicate to each other in the organizational hierarchy. This is given by Edgar Sun. And this is given by in the conical career movement. In conical means the cone shape, okay? Three shapes, three parts will be there: horizontal, vertical, and core. Horizontal movement means lying in the same field, in the same level. So moving across different functions of department, like we have HR department, finance department, marketing department, operation department, product department. So individuals, they are connecting with each other in the same level, that is horizontal movement. Why? To gain broad knowledge. Vertical means moving up and down. Up and down means from the highest to lowest position or from lowest to highest, like from executive to manager to director to supervisor to labor. And core means that is the field and controlling. So where the administrative role should also work and planning role should also work, so that the management, so that it becomes easy to understand different perspective of management. So core means moving along the all the levels of organization. Next, the term comes that is what locus of control. So locus of control is what? How better you can control yourself. That is what the locus of control is. Like this concept is given by Leftcoat 1969 and Levinson 1972. It explains that individuals, they have belief about who is responsible for what happens in their life. Okay, suppose for example, okay, any student is there in school, the student is there and student is appearing for their board exam. Now, the student has scored very less marks in the exam. So there are two types of student. One type of student will say that I waited for the last time to study. I could not done the proper revision. I could not complete the entire syllabus on time. So it was entirely my fault. That is why I scored less marks in the exam. On the other hand, one type of student is there who will always blame the other people. Even if they have not studied well, then also they will blame the other. The teacher has not completed the portion on time. My destiny was is very bad. My luck was very bad. I got the very tough paper in the exam. Everyone got the very easy paper. And this is all they will always blame to the external factors. And this student will blame for uh, for the things that are happening wrong in his or her life, the internal factors. So that is what the locus of control is. So some believe that events that are determined by external forces like persons in society, luck, destiny, and so on. While whereas some other believes that the individuals can determine events, thus we have individuals that are more external locus of control and some with more internal locus of control. External locus means if you are blaming the external factors, internal locus of control means if you are blaming yourself. So this is internal and locus. Internal and external means I make things happen. I have the spirit that I can perform any work. I look what I can do. I can determine my future. That is internal locus of control. And external locus of control means why bother? Why does everything happens to me? There is nothing I can do about my future means they will always blame the other people. They are a negative sort of people and they are the positive sort of people. They are having positive and negative attitude. Now, next is what the power basis. Power basis means how much influencing power you have. Can you control the other people life? Can you have the power you can manage? You can handle the other people life. So another important concept is what? Influencing others. Like power, that is power. And who has given this? Potter in 1977 has defined power. That a potential so that you can get others to do what you want to do, others to get the thing done. Like, and that could become what? A manager. Managers are what? Okay, they make the things happen by other people. They get the work done by other people. So it means they have that sort of power. That is why the other people are listening to them. All right. So that is what the power basis is. So different types of power bases are there. Legitimate, reward, coercive. Legitimate means this type of power comes from the position. The position gives you the power. Okay, you are the branch manager of your bank. So this branch, whatever you are saying, the other people has to follow your orders. It means this the chair is giving you the power, the position is giving you the power. It comes from a formal position. Reward power means like HR. Suppose HR is having the power. Okay, you will get the Diwali bonus, you will get Holi bonus. So who is having the power to give you the bonus? The HR. So it means the power, the person is having to give you the rewards and benefit. Like HR manager grants promotions or bonuses. Then coercive power means this is the power that comes from the giving threaten to someone. Suppose manager says you that if you will not complete your task on time, I will deduct the 5% from your monthly salary. So, because of this deduction, you are doing the work, you are completing the work on time. No matter you have to stay 2 hours more in the bank, still you will stay that why, otherwise your 5% will be deducted. So that is what that comes from the coercive power. That is threat of punishment. Expert power means you are taking suggestions from your senior, from your supervisors. Why? Because you know that they have more knowledge from you. So they are having more experience. They are more experienced person. They are having specialized knowledge. Referent power means gained through personal qualities and respect. That is like uh, suppose you have one person in your mind. If the manager asks you that do you have any person who can handle this project, so you are giving the reference of your friend to that manager. Why? Because you know that the person is having that much quality, the person can complete this project. So that is what the referent power. Informational power, it comes from the information. Charismatic power, it comes from the charm and personality. Like, if I ask you who is idol for you? So you are saying that the leaders, the Mahatma Gandhi, this he is idol for me. So that is what they have a charisma, they have a personality, they have a strong vision. That is why you follow their rules and regulation. You follow them. So a CEO motivates employees who is inspiring speeches and vision. And emotional power means that is the how much emotional person you are. According to that, the company, the managers, or the people, they will connect with you. If you are a very emotional person, not everything they will give you, they will handle you the task because they know that if you will not complete the work, they will scold you and you will become very emotional. So that is why the emotional power means a team leader who empathizes with employees' struggle and motivates them emotionally so that they can do their work well. So these are different types of power bases. Yes, hello. Now, next is what that is transactional analysis. So transactional comes from the word what transaction. Transaction means just a give and take. Means give and take means okay, if something is being exchanged, so it could be a reward also, it could be a punishment also, it could be any products also, it could be any services also. So in transactional analysis, it means how the two people are interacting with each other. What is the stimulus and what is the response that the other person is giving to the stimulus. So it is given by which person? Eric Berne has given. And he says that every interaction between people, it is made of stimulus and response. So just now I have made you clear what is stimulus and what is response. It comes from the life patterns we have learned. And there are total four types of life positions under transactional analysis. I'm okay, you are okay. All right. So what is I'm okay, you are okay? I'm you are okay means I'm saying okay, I'm also right, you're also right means we both are giving value to each other. I'm also giving value to your words, I'm giving value to my words. If I say I'm okay, you are not okay means I'm right, whatever I'm saying or whatever I'm doing, I'm correct in that manner, but you are not correct. It means I am giving value to my actions, to my words, but I'm not giving value to yours. I'm not okay, you are okay means I'm not giving value to my things, but I'm giving value to you. And I'm not okay, you're not okay means we both are not, neither of both of them are giving value to each other. That is what the individuals, either they are okay or not okay. These are the four life positions under transactional analysis. Next is the ego states, consistent pattern of feeling experience directly related to corresponding. So in transaction analysis, different sort of persons are there. Okay, they develop different ego states, like a parent, adult, and child. Now, what type of ego states a parent will be having? So parent will always try to protect their child. So they will have a behavior that nurtures the child. They will follow the ethics, the moral values, and whatever uh, whatever power or whatever things that are inculcated in the parents, they have been learned from their parents, so it is influenced by preaching from their parents and elders. Now adult is what? Adult, just a middle level of person. Now adult will first try to see whatever the parents will say, the adult will not going to listen. Adult will try to find solution for that. The adult will collect information from different sources, and then adult will check that whether it is right or wrong. So they are more analytical, they are more rational, and they are more practical. Whereas child is what? A child type of ego arises when you become stubborn. You are more curious about anything. Okay. You react to others and you adjust your behaviors like little professor. So here the behavior is more quick. So action is more quick because you don't think what will going to happen. In both of them, parent and adult, parent will think twice and thrice before doing anything. But the child will not going to think. Child will take the actions quickly. So it is concerned with more creativity, a curiosity, and reactions to others. So they will always try to enjoy every moment of their life. That is the three different types of ego states under parent, adult, and child. So parent is guiding, caring, rule giving, adult thinking, logical, and child is emotional, creative, and playful. Now, this is very important self awareness, and several times in every cycle, the question comes in every cycle, in every shift, the question comes from self awareness. That is Johari window. Now, what is self awareness? Self awareness, see, we know that just how we do the SWOT analysis of company. We do the SWOT analysis of company. That is, we find the strength of the company, weakness of the company, opportunity of the company, threat of the company. What are the strength, weakness, opportunity, threat? So similar to this, in self awareness concept, it says that we have to be aware of ourselves. We should also know about what is our strength, what is our weakness, if we will get this opportunity, what we can do, and what are the dangerous things that we have to be stay away from that. So understanding self-help is self-development using one's potential better. It is always useful to do the SWOT analysis to understand your strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And for this, a concept is there that is known as the Johari window concept. So it helps you to analyze, it helps you to do the self awareness of yourself. Given by whom? Locke and Ingham in 1973. Now, there are four quadrants made for this: known to self, not known to self, known to others, not known to others. Now, known to self means what is the thing that you know about yourself well, and other people also know about yourself well. So, known to self, known to others means arena, and it is also known as open. Like, for example, you are a banker. You are a good banker. This you also know. And the other people who are working with you, your relatives, your family members, they also, your friends, they also know that you are a good banker. Yes. So it means it is open to everyone. Now, what is the thing that you know about yourself, but others don't know about yourself? That is closed. Means you have kept it closed from themselves. And it is also known as hidden. Means you have kept hidden from other people, known to self. Suppose you are a good dancer, you dance well. This is the thing you know about yourself, that yes, I'm a good dancer, but you have kept this thing hidden from other people. That is why others don't know about it. That is mean you have kept hidden from others. Now, not known to self, known to others, that is blind. What is the thing you don't know about yourself, but others they know well about yourself? Like, for example, okay, you are a manipulative person. Others know very well that you manipulate other people, but you are not accepting this fact. You are denying this fact. You are saying that no, I'm not manipulative. Okay, so that is what, that is the blind. And okay, this is known as unknown. All right, so you are a manipulative person. You don't accept this fact, but other people know very well that you are a manipulative person. And dark means the thing which you don't know about yourself, and others also don't know. Means it is dark. No one has yet known about yourself, and you also not know about yourself. That is unknown. So these are the four quadrants of self-awareness. All right, so open, arena, hidden, faced, blind, and unknown. Now again, talent management important in December June. June 2024. The question was from talent management. Case study question was there. So, what are the three C's of talent management? Talent management, why talent management is done? See, talent means what? That is managing your experience, managing your knowledge so that the organization can put you as future leaders in their company. They can fulfill the position of, when succession planning happens, they can fulfill that position, that vacant position, with your talent management. So there are three aspects of talent management, three C's of talent management: competence, commitment, and contribution. Competence means how much competent you are from others, how much skills, how much ability you have to perform any task. Commitment means if you have promised to do any task, in how much time you are fulfilling that task, so how much willingness you are giving, you are putting your effort in fulfilling the task. Like, competence means a loan officer who knows RBI rules, they can understand credit risk well. Commitment means a relationship manager is working extra hours to help their customers. And contribution means how much positive things you are adding to the company. So adding value with passion, creativity, and genuine. So banker not only process the loan, but they also advise customers the for the products and services. So do it with heart. So competence is related to head and mind, commitment with hands and feet, and contribution with full heart. Yes, question from Johari window. It comes every time in exam. This is very important. All right. Now, so what is succession planning? Succession planning is what? Suppose, for example, okay, a manager is on the high post in the company, and suddenly there's a sudden demise of the manager, okay, was there. Now that position remains vacant. All right. So if the position remains vacant, so because that person is putting at the high level position, so you need to arrange a person who should fit at this position, who should handle all the tasks, who should handle all the responsibilities at this position. So you have to, that is why the talent management is important, so that you can put that person at this vacant position. So it is what navigating demographic shift is, so how the shifting is done from one position to another position. So for that, a skill set is required. Okay, the business needs to match with their business strategies. Then you have to identify and develop. You have to identify that person who is fit for this position. Then you have to do the talent management of that person. Then you have to assess, you have to give some of the few tasks to that person to see that whether this person is fit for this particular position or not, and then finally you will put that person on this relevant position. So the growing need for continuity is what, that is succession plan. Now next, unit number 12, human implications of organization. Implications means what are the result, why, how humans are effective to the organization. So human behavior and individual difference. So different individuals, they have different perception. Their behavior, their attitude matters a lot. So behavior of individual is influenced by several factors, and these are all the factors that creates the differences among individuals. So environmental factors are what, the economic status, like okay, okay, some individual in your bank, they are from the Hindi medium school. Some individual would be from the English medium school. So because of the economic background, how they have completed their primary school, their secondary school, their studies, according to that, the differences will also come. Then the social norms, they are from different cultural, they are from different political, they have political views. Then personal factors are what, that is age, gender, education, abilities, number of dependent. If in your office, if there is 45-year-old man and a new joinee that is 25-year-old, so definitely 20 years gap is there. Age difference matters a lot. The generation gap is there. Then the gender. So women, they have more, they have to handle the household chores also. They have to handle the office also. The education, the abilities, like if you are a single earner of your family, then more responsibilities are on you. If you are like if in your home your father is also earning, your big brother is also earning, your sister is also earning, so you have less dependency. Marital status, so married ones, they have more expenses, unmarried ones, they have less expenses. Then organizational factors of physical, organizational structure, design, leadership. So these are all the factors that also creates differences among individual. So someone is getting the low compensation, someone is getting the high compensation, even they are doing the same type of work, the differences comes from there. The physical facilities, the organizational, what is the internal structure of the organization, psychological factors like personality. Some persons are there, they are very introvert. Okay, they don't want to work in group. Okay, they always want to work in their personal space. Like perception, every person has different perception, attitude, values, learning. So all these are the things that will create anyhow differences among individual working in the company. Now, several theories that explain the concept of personality, and two theories are there, okay, given by Raymond Cattell, and they have said that there are different dimensions of personality, and it is what, neurotism and extraversion. Now, what is extraversion and neurotism? So, neurotism is what, how much emotional person you are. Like if you are an emotional person, if you quickly if you take a lot of stress, okay, in short in small things. If you are a very much person that takes a lot of worry, if you become very sad quickly, okay, someone has just scolded you and you became sad, so that is what the neurotism, you are having the high neurotism. So high neurotism means worries a lot, you get upset very quickly, you feel sad, okay, you overthink a lot of things, you overthink small things, you are taking it for 2 3 days continuously, you are stretching that 2 3 days. Low neuroticism means you try to forget the things very soon. You does not worry much. You can handle your stress and you have steady emotions. So that is how calm or sensitive you are in managing your emotions. That is high and low neuroticism. Similarly, we have high and low, the extraversion, that is how quickly adopt the things according to the scenario that is taking place. Like if organization makes any kind of changes, okay, so you are accepting that change or you are denying that change. So if more extraversion are there, means you can accept the changes very quickly, okay, or if you are having less extraversion, you are denying the changes. Now, next we have type A and type B personality employees. So dichotomy is what? Two types. So type A and type B personality. So who has given Mayor, Friedman and Ray Rosman has said that in organization there are two types of personality of people. What are those two types of personality of people? Type A and type B personality. Type A personality of people are those personality of people. They are very restless. Okay, they always do everything in hurry. They always perform several multiple tasks at the same time. No matter if one task is completed or not, they are doing several tasks at the same time. Okay, they are very aggressive. They don't want to wait for anyone. They don't want that someone is asking him or her to wait. They are very impatient. Okay, they have a nervous gestures like clenched fist. They become very frustrated soon. Okay, they don't have time for their family. They don't have time for their they don't keep personal and professional life separate. So this is such type of employees, personality of employees. On the other hand, type B personality of employees, they are more relaxed. They know they have one more life at home, that is the personal life. So they keep separate personal and professional life. They always maintain a balance between these two life. They have a steady perspective. They don't take much pressure. They enjoy their life. Unlike type A, type B individuals, they have more time to relax and enjoy their life. They take work as a work, but these type of employees, they take work as it is their uh, it is their entire life. So this is the difference between type A and type B. Now, next is Holland's typology of personality. Holland typology of personality, what it says that the Holland has said, according to your personality, one should choose their job. Like if you are having a personality, you like to do the technical work, so you can go for that type of job. If you are having the personality like you want to do something more creative, then you can choose that type of job. So Holland typology has given in six phases that is known as RACIN. So one is realistic, investigative, social, conventional, enterprising, and artistic. Now, realistic is what? They prefer physical activities. If you like to work, if you like to do physical activities more, then you are more persistent in that, you are stable in that. So you can become mechanic, drill press operator, assembly, farmer. If you are a sort of person, you want to you want to do investigation, you want to do in-depth analysis of any case study. Okay, you like to overthink a lot. You like to understand the things very deep. So you are very analytical. You are very anxious. You are very independent person. So you can become biologist, mathematician, reporter. If you are a sort of person who likes to work for the welfare of the society, so you can become a social workers. Conventional means if you like to work if you don't want to adapt new things, like whatever you are doing from the past 10 years, you are okay in that. You don't want to change your way of method. So you are inflexible, you are unimaginative. So you can become accountant, corporate manager, bank teller. Enterprising means these are the people who influence other people. So they can become lawyer, real estate agent, business manager. And artistic means if you have the imaginative power more, if you like to do more creativity, so you can become musician, painter, writer. So this theory is based on the match of personalities with their job. And the mnemonic is RAISEC RACER. All right, done. Now let's start with some of the motivational theories. Okay, so different motivational theories are there. First is Maslow hierarchy of need theory. This theory is given by full name Abraham Maslow hierarchy of need theory. This theory says that human states are motivated to fulfill their needs in a proper hierarchical manner. And it starts from the basic to complex. So total in 5 stages, the human can fulfill their needs, starting from the very basic level of need, that is physiological. So what is the basic level of need for any human being? Food, water, shelter. These are what? These are the basic level of need that they want. These have to be fulfilled first. Now, once a physiological need is fulfilled, now individual is, see, if your this need is fulfilled, now this need will not going to motivate you. Now another need will motivate you to fulfill your second level of need, that is safety needs. Now you are thinking that okay, I have a food, I have a water, I have a shelter to live. Now I need a good job, a secured job, that is a stable job, a financial security. Once this need is fulfilled, now you will be motivated to fulfill your love and belonging. So you need to make your own friends, your own social groups, your own family members. Once this need is fulfilled, now you want to achieve your fourth level of need, that is self-esteem. So you want now uh, recognition from other, you want acknowledgement from other, you want self-respect. This need is fulfilled. Now the final level of need is that is self-actualization, where few people reach at this position. Like like our prime minister, our president. These are sort of person that everyone knows them. So you want to achieve at this position, the highest position of the human hierarchy, that is self-actualization. Now, second is what? Second is McLeod achievement motivation theory. So McLeod achievement, this theory is known as the re-need theory and learned need theory time to time. All right. So McLeod achievement motivation theory given by McLeod, he says that full name is David McLeod. That there are three different types of need that drive the human behavior, how the human will going to behave in future. So first is need for achievement, need for affiliation, and need for power. Now, people with such type of need, they always want to prefer doing challenging tasks. They are not happy if they get any easy task. They always want to prove other people that yes, we can also do the challenging task. So they always want to perform those tasks either which is challenging or which is possible to do. They don't go for impossible things. So they avoid tasks that are too easy or impossible to complete. Now, need for affiliation, see, double F is there. You can relate double F as friends. Now, friends means making relation. So people with such kind of need, they want to make healthy relations with other. So with high need for affiliation, they prioritize teamwork, friendship, social interaction. And need for power means people with such type of need, they want to influence other people. They want to control other people's life. So that is the essence of power, or we have just now we have read the power base. So these are the three different types of need in McLeod achievement motivation theory. Next is motivation hygiene theory, very important. So this theory, see all the motivational theories you will read in EBFM also in first unit. So motivation hygiene theory given by whom? Hertzberg has given this theory. What are the other names of this theory? Two-factor theory. Two-factor theory, first name. Dual factor theory, another name. And Hertzberg theory, third name. Okay, this theory says that there are certain factors, okay, that will create job satisfaction and job dissatisfaction in the workplace, in the company. Now, what are those factors? Those factors are known as hygiene factors and motivators. So hygiene factors and motivators, what it says that presence of absence of hygiene factors will create dissatisfaction among employees. Okay, I'm turning off my camera for 1 minute. And presence of motivating factors will create satisfaction among employees. So first, it says that the absence of absence of hygiene factors, they will create what? Dissatisfaction among employees. Absence of hygiene factors means like what comes under hygiene factors? Several things comes under hygiene factors like job security. You can say the salary. These are what? These are the hygiene factors. If they are not present, it will create dissatisfaction. Like for example, you went to the office. Okay, you went to the every day you are going to your bank, you are visiting to your office, you are seeing your chair, okay, your system, okay, then your mouse, then the workplace is very tidy, the tea and snacks are also offered to you in the evening. Every day these were available, it were creating nothing. Neither they were motivating you nor they were demotivating you. But suddenly one day these things are absent in the office. The tea and snacks were not offered. Your entire system, your chair, okay, they were not in a good condition. So suddenly you became what? Dissatisfied. Why? These are what? These are the absence of hygiene factors. So hygiene factors, if they were present, nothing was creating you neither dissatisfaction nor satisfaction, but the absence of these factors is dissatisfied. Similarly, if motivating factors are not present in the company, still you are doing your work, but suddenly a boss calls you, the manager calls you, and manager says you that you have done a good work. We are giving you the employee of the month. Okay, we are giving you also 4 days leave. You can enjoy your life, okay, with your family. So this is what this will ultimately motivate you to perform more and more better. So that is what presence of motivation factors, the recognition, the acknowledgement, they will give satisfaction among employees. So what comes under motivating? Achievement, recognition, work, job advancement. So these are the motivating factors. And all these are the hygiene factors, like salary. If you're every month your salary you are receiving, okay, neither you were happy nor you were sad. But any month you have not received your salary, suddenly you become dissatisfied. All right, so that is all the hygiene factors. So Hertzberg has extended the Maslow and developed, see, why this theory came into existence, because he conducted Hertzberg has conducted a study on about 200 accountants and engineers from 11 industries in Pittsburgh in USA, and he asked them two questions: that what did you feel particularly good about your job, means what turns you on and what turns you off. So they both, the employees, have said the answers in different factors, that is in hygiene factors and motivation. So hygiene factors, they prevent dissatisfaction but they don't motivate you, whereas motivating factors, they create satisfaction, but they, if they are not present, they will not create you any kind of dissatisfaction. Now, next is Bloom expectancy theory of motivation. So, Bloom expectancy theory of motivation, what it says that how people are motivated to perform work. If they know that they have performed well in the company, they have given more efforts in the company, then their performance will be good. If their performance is good, then they will get the better outcome, best outcome. And whatever the outcome they receive, how much they are giving value to their outcome. So that is why E into I into V. That is what the Bloom expectancy theory. So all are included in this. Expectancy, how someone believes that their efforts will lead to the performance. If you are giving more efforts, then good performance will be there. If your performance is good, okay, you believe that you have done the good performance, so you are expecting that the outcome should also be good. And whatever outcome is coming, whatever conclusion, whatever result you have received after performance, so how much value, balance means how much value you are giving to your result. That is Bloom's expectancy theory. So given by Victor Harold Bloom. Full name was Victor Harold. So implications of Bloom theory. Implication means what are the effect of Bloom's theory. So first is, this theory posits that individual act when they believe efforts lead to performance. So people will only be motivated by the rewards that are meaningful to their life. If they know that whatever rewards I will get, that will have no meaningful in my life, then they will not going to work ahead for that. So offer rewards people actually value. Now, set goals that are within reach. So, if goals are impossible, they will not going to indulge in that particular goals, and deliver on promised incentives. So, people believe that whatever has been done, promised, whatever the manager has done the promise to the individuals, manager should fulfill those promise. So, keeping promise build trust and ensures people stay motivated for future tasks. So these are the effect of Bloom's theory. They will not going to perform those tasks which are impossible, which are not meaningful to their life, and whatever promises the owner, the manager has done with the employees, the manager has to fulfill those promised incentives. All right. So I hope you all have joined my Telegram channel. So this is my Telegram channel. You can join it by scanning this QR code. Now, next is what? Next is the ERG theory in nutshell. So ERG is what? It is based On which theory it is based on? Abraham Maslow's theory. ERG full form is existence, relatedness, growth, given by whom? Clayton Alderfer, when 1961 and 1978. Now, this theory is based on Maslow's hierarchy of need theory. Maslow, we have total 5 levels, ERG 3 levels. Maslow says that the human needs have to be fulfilled only in a hierarchical manner, means step by step. So it follows a fixed steps. Steps are fixed. But in ERG, the ERG says that the Elderford says that no matter if you are able to fulfill your love and belonging need first, then go for that. There is no need to follow the hierarchy. So no hierarchy is there. No need to follow the hierarchy. All right. So okay. So existence, safety, and physiological is existence. Love and belonging and internal part of esteem is relatedness. External part of esteem and self-actualization is what? That is growth. Now, equity theory given by whom? Adam. So that is why it is known as Adam's equity. Equity relate equity with equality. Equality means that is the input should be equal to the output. How much input you are giving in the company, if you are getting exactly the same output, then only it is good for you as well as for the company. Means what is the input? The experience, the skills, the knowledge, uh, the time, the effort. So these you are giving into the company as your input. What output the company is giving you? The salary, the compensation, the recognition, okay, the respect. If they both are equal, then only if there's a balance, then only it is good for both of them. Security theory given by Adam Security. It says that there should be a balance between employees' input and output in the workplace. So there should be the right balance, and if there is right balance, then it would lead to the productive result. Now, next is reinforcement theory. So, reinforcement theory is given by B.F. Skinner. It talks about the two things, that is reward and punishment. If employee performs their work good, then reward will be there. If employees does not perform their task well in a proper time, then punishment will be there. So, it is based on the transactional approach. So transactional approach is what? That is give and take. If you will give me good things, then I will give you good reward. If you will give bad things, then I will punish you. That is reinforcement. So positive reinforcement, positive behavior followed by positive consequences that manager praises the employees. And negative reinforcement is that is it forms with the negative consequences that if negative result is there, negative reinforcement is there. Now, next is the scientific management. So, scientific management is what? Scientific management. In the starting only, we have done this, that it is given by Frederick Winslow Taylor, and he is also known as the father of scientific management. He has contributed this theory. What he said that the management should use the scientific methods, scientific tools, and techniques in doing their work. It will create the efficiency in their work, and workers will also be satisfied. They will be motivated for their future. So it increases efficiency. He believed that best way to increase output is to improve the techniques and methods used by the workers. So workers had to adjust to the management, not the management to the people. So workers, they will adjust according to the management, not management will adjust to the people. That is why the scientific management says that if we will bring good technology, good scientific tools and techniques, then the managers will have to accept those new things. Now next, Porter and Lawler's theory of motivation. All right, so this theory is also known as the performance satisfaction theory. This theory is known as performance satisfaction theory given by whom? Given by Porter and Lawler. When developed by Lyman W. Porter and Edward E. Lawler in the 1960s. And he said that this theory basically talks about the relationship between two elements, that is performance and satisfaction. What is performance and satisfaction? How you are performing in the company and how much satisfied you are. So it talks about the four things, that is input, performance, outcome, and satisfaction. What input employees bringing in the company? Now, what is the input? Their efforts, skills, experience, education. So, what input they are giving in the company? The input that they are providing in the company, more input, so more performance is there, more high performance, better result is there, better result, more satisfaction is there. So, how see how these all the four components are aligning with each other. So if greater inputs are there, greater performance is there. Now, performance is measured by inputs. Okay. Performance is influenced by inputs and the context in which the work occurs. So see, if employees performing, so company should also give them the certain things to do their performance better. Like employee know how to work on Excel sheet. But if you will not give your system, if you will not give mouse, if you will not give computers, then how they will work? So that is why the performance is what the organizational tools and support that is available to the employees. After performing, how what outcome you are, outcome is there? What is the final result? So final result is measured. That is the reward employees receive. Outcomes can be intrinsic also. They can be extrinsic. Intrinsic means it is coming from insight like how much satisfied you are, how much motivated you are, what level of achievement you get. And extrinsic means the salary, okay, the promotion, okay, recognition. So these are what? These are the extrinsic. And satisfaction is what? If your performance is good, if your result is good, then definitely you will be more and more satisfied. Satisfaction leads to motivation for future performance. Given by Porter and Lawler. Next topic is all about the role set conflict. See, in company there are different roles that are offered to the employees. So some individuals, okay, they have the conflict between their roles, between their and other roles, between the company, what the company has expected from them, what they are doing for the company. So this is known as the role set conflict. So role set consists of important persons who have different expectation from their role, and these conflicts arise due to the incompatibility. When the things are not matching, things are not aligning, then the role set conflict arises. The first is role ambiguity. So role ambiguity means when your role is unclear. Like you're appointed in the bank as a probationary officer, you are given the work of clerk also, you are given the work of the associate manager also, you are given the work of a very low level person. So you when you don't know about your role clearly, when your role is not clearly defined, a lot of works are given to you. That is known as role ambiguity. Role expectation conflict is what you have expected something different from your role, and when you have joined the company is expecting something different from your role. That is role expectation conflict. Role overload means at the same time you are given multiple tasks to perform. Means you have to perform several roles at the same time. That is role overload. Okay. Now, resource inadequacy means when the proper resources are not given to you to perform any task. Like the same example I have given you just now. You know how to work on Excel, you know how to work on Tally, but the system is not, the bank has not provided you the system. No internet, no computer is there. So how you will going to perform? So that is resource inadequacy. And we have one more. Okay, there is not personal inadequacy. This personal inadequacy. Personal inadequacy means when you yourself are not sufficient enough to handle the task. When the skills are lacking in you, that is known as the personal inadequacy. Okay, you are given a lot of things, all the resources are provided you, but you don't know uh, how to perform the task. That is what the personal inadequacy. Then role stagnation means when the role has been fixed now because you are doing the same thing from the past 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So next phase is what? If in next phase you are being given something new to perform, you would not be able to perform. Why? Because you are not unable to adjust to a new role. You feel stuck in there because from the last 10 years you are doing the same thing. Role erosion means role means eroded. Eroded means when some part of the responsibility has been taken from you and it is handed over to the next person. Like you are given to perform. Okay, you are given to perform to teach the maths subject. as well as the science subject because you are good in both of these. Now another teacher has been hired in the school and another teacher has given the subject maths. So now your role has been eroded. This subject it from you, this subject has been taken and assigned to some other teacher. So in this case, now you are feeling less important, okay, because responsibilities are taken away. So that is role eroded. Isolation means when all people are working at one site, they are working in their group, and you are kept alone. You are working in your own, you are isolated from others, so you will feel disconnected from others. So that is role isolation. And role expectation conflict, we have seen different people, they expect different things. So that creates confusion. Anything else left? All right. Done. So in short, I have written all these things. So later on, kindly download the PDF, okay, and go through all the slides. Next. Okay. uh, the trait theory. Okay, all about the trait theory. Now, what is trait theory? Trait means okay, you have different you all are having different personality. Some of your personality matches with your parents also. So what are the traits? It comes from your in-house. Okay, it comes from your parents. So Freud's map of the mind means Sigmund Freud has given the trait theory that focuses on the characteristics that the persons they have from their parents. So Freud's psychoanalytical theory suggests behavior is driven by unconscious mind and subconscious mind, and these are known as the ID, ego, and superego. Now, ID means what? ID means it denotes the child, okay, the you can say the kid that has a special level of urge to do anything. Like suppose, for example, the example is given the chocolate example. Okay. Now this child is saying that I want to have chocolate. You know that it is not good for the health. Okay, eating too much of chocolates is not good for the health. But still, this child is the stubborn child. This child is saying that no, I need this chocolate right now. So this child needs to fulfill his or her instant gratification principle. Instant gratification means instant fulfillment of his desire, his urges, without thinking what would be the consequences later. So that is desire and urge. A child wants candy right now. This is what I do. Now, next is what? Next is the ego. Ego is the phase. This is the phase where you are understanding, okay, you are coming to the conclusion by seeing what is good side, what is bad side. Um, all right. So let's take the phone example that will be used in all these things. iPhone, let's take it iPhone. Suppose a student is there, student is having the ID impulse that I want iPhone. No matter how much it costs, I want the iPhone. Okay, whichever new version is there. Let's take it 2 lakh phone is there. The cost is 2 lakh. All right. No matter what would be the final result, what would be the consequences, his and her parents are having this much amount or not, but still that student needs the 2 lakh rupees for buying the iPhone. This is what? This is the ID. Now, ego, what ego says that? Ego says that the balanced nature. So, balanced impulsive desires with reality and social acceptability. Okay, I want the iPhone, but this iPhone, what is good for, what are the good things related to this iPhone, and what are the bad things that is related to this iPhone? So you have to wait. You know that right now it is newly launched in the market, so the price is very high. So you can wait for a few months and then you will buy the iPhone. That is what the ego stage. Okay, so you wait until it is right time to eat or buy the food. Now, superego is what? Superego is the stage where you are thinking as a rational mind. You know, okay, you can buy any phone, you can buy the Samsung phone also worth rupees 40, 50,000. That will also work well. All right. Instead of spending a huge amount on this iPhone, you are thinking to buy 35, 40,000 phone. It will also work the same thing for me. So here in superego, you are more working as a rational person. The voice saying this is the right thing to do, but you should not go for this. You can go for this. Whatever you want, if you are getting that in a low value, then go for that. So guide us what is right and avoid what is wrong. Alright, so it talks about the moral values and understanding the deeper issues. So that is related to the conscious mind. Ego, ID, ego, and super ego. Now, next, okay, so far we have done unit number 10, 11, 12. So 3 units are completed. Next unit 13. So 13 unit number 13 is all about the rewards. So rewards are what? Rewards means the full combination of monetary and non-monetary investments. So monetary that can be measured in money and non-monetary that is not measured in money. All right. So in rewards, we have some foundational rewards and some performance-based rewards. Foundational rewards means the basic salary, you can say that is the base salary, healthcare, retirement, insurance. These are the foundational rewards. And performance-based rewards means as you do the performance, you will be given more rewards. Like variable pay is there. So this pay is dependent upon the work, upon the task. More work, more pay. Less work, less pay. So short term and long term extra incentives, the bonus, the commission. So these are performance based rewards. So six element of total rewards are compensation, benefit, work-life effective, recognition, performance, and talent development. So compensation is the amount that you get in return. Okay, the what work you do in the company. So according to that, you will be paid compensation. So it includes a fixed salary and extra pay. Benefits means the extra incentives, the extra benefits that the company is providing you, like health insurance, retirement plan, savings. Recognition means the respect, the appreciation that the management is giving to you. So it is formally or informally also. Performance management, how you are performing. According to that, the management will give you the appraisal. So making sure the work of employees, team, and entire organization moves in the same direction. And talent management means so that you can be prepared for future leader to fulfill the future vacant position. That is talent development. So types of compensation. The compensation is expressed in terms of money. It includes the wages, salary, bonus, cash allowances, benefits like accident, health insurance, okay, employer's contribution. So see, it is not same that whatever salary, whatever money uh, you are getting or whatever money the labor class is getting, these are same. No, different types of compensation is for different level of people. So those are working at the managerial post, like in top manager, middle and junior, so they will get a remuneration. Like CEO, CTO, CFO, they will get the money and that will be termed as remuneration. The one who is working in the supervisory post like me, you, other people, so they are what? They are be given salary. The clerical or administrative will be given compensation. It is also termed as salary. And the laborers who are unskilled, who are semi-skilled, who are highly skilled, so labor class people, they will be getting compensation. It will be termed as wages. Next, we have job evaluation techniques. Now, job evaluation techniques means okay, job evaluation we have done. Find the relative worth of a job by comparing the jobs, then deciding the fair compensation. So in job evaluation, there are two types of methods: quantitative, non-quantitative, and quantitative. Non-quantitative means where numbers are not included. Quantitative means where numbers are included. So non-quantitative means ranking or job comparison. See, you will say that ranking also we are giving first rank, second rank, third rank. So we are giving the rank, but these are not on the basis of the numbers. We are comparing the jobs and then we are giving. The most important, the priority of the job, the one which is having highest priority will be kept at first, then second, then third, and so on. So ranking a job comparison is what each of the job as a whole it is compared with others job and then decide which job is having more importance and they will be evaluated and ranked. So all jobs are ranked in the order of their importance, so either from simplest to hardest or from the highest to lowest, from simplest to hardest. Grading means giving grades. Like we give na grades for the subject A1, A plus plus, A, B plus, C plus. So simply jobs are also given the grades by comparing the whole JD. Like in bank, General manager work at the top cadre. Now in general manager, different classification is there. Okay, sub classification is there. Then in this sub classification, more sub classification is there. So these are given what grades? Zonal manager, head department heads. Okay, one example is this. Like different class are provided. Okay, so class one, this is the one type of grade. Class second type of grade. Third type of grade, fourth. Now in class one, that is the top post, the executives will work, office managers, in executives, deputy managers, departmental supervisor. In class two, the skilled workers are there. Different departments are created for purchasing, for marketing, for cashier, for receipt. Then in class third, the semi-skilled workers are there, and in class fourth, the file clerk, office boys are there. So these are what? These are defined as grading. So these are provided what? Grades, and this is known as the job grading or job classification, classifying on the basis of different factors and then sub factors. Now, next we have what that is quantitative methods. In quantitative, again the quantitative where numbers are included. So in quantitative factor comparison is there. So here different factors we will choose. The company will choose different factors. Like company has chosen the factors. Um, let's take it. Uh, okay, let's take it punctuality, hard work. Okay, collaboration, then smart work. So these are the different factors. Now, when we are comparing jobs, so all these factors will be same for every type of job. Like we are comparing employee A, B, C, D, E. So for employee A, these factors will be same. For employee B also, these factors will be same. So whatever factors the company has decided, these will be same for each and every type of job. So different factors are selected, which are usually five or assumed to be constant. Constant means these are assumed to be same. Each factor is then given the rank individually and then it will be compared from each other. After comparison, which is having the highest, they will be given the points. Like in punctuality, employee A is getting 4 out of 5. In hard work, employee A is getting 5 out of 5. Then employee B is getting in punctuality 3 out of 5. So likewise, all the points will be added and then it will be decided which one is kept at first and which one is kept at low. So the points are then assigned to each factor and then it is added to the all the points. So we have see. So factor comparison method used to compare jobs, important factors. So here the question is taking like skill, effort, responsibility, condition. So for clerk also the same, all the factors are same. For technician also all the factors are same, and for supervisor also all the factors are same. Then the total counting will be done. So total 10, 17, 20. It means the supervisor is having the highest point. So it will be kept first. All right, so we will choose factors like skills, responsibility, effort, and then we will decide which job is more valuable in the organization. Then we will pick some key jobs, give them the required points, and then calculate the total points of the all the individuals. Now, next is what that is point ranking method. So, point ranking method is what again in point ranking method because numbers are included. This is the quantitative method. So in this first main job is uh, identified and then the sub factors are determined. Like for example, you have chosen the skills. Now in the skills, we have technical skills also, we have communication skills also, we have persuasion skills also, we have management skills also. Now how much point you are giving to each and individual in technical skills, in communication skills, in persuasion skills. So first one job is identified, one factor is identified, then the sub factors are then assigned the point by their importance. Like in sub factors, there is communication skills, social skills, persuasion skills. So this is known as point ranking. Yes. All right. So this is the same. This is the example for your factor comparison method only. See, all the factors are same. The mental requirement, physical requirement, skills, working condition, responsibility. So either you are calculating for electrician, builder, mechanist, all the factors are same. And then you will give them the required points and then you will total all the points. So this will give you what? The total value, and according to this total value, you will keep the person, you will compare the jobs, and then you will keep the jobs, keep the individual, and you will decide the compensation accordingly. All right. Just wait for 1 minute. Okay. Now, next is what? Next is the compare ratio. So, compare ratio, it is also known as comparative ratio. Comparative ratio means what? See, what this compare ratio says? Compare ratio says in your company, whosoever is working in your company, the employees that are working in your company, are those employees getting the fair compensation according to the market standard? According to the market standard or not? That is what deciding the compare ratio. So compare ratio basically tells that the employees who are working in your company, are those employees, they are getting the fair compensation or not? Fair compensation means whatever salary you are giving to them, that salary is according to the market standard or not. Like for example, any technician you have appointed in your company. Now, in the market standard of the according to the market standard, the salary of technician is 35,000, and you are paying to your technician 25,000. It means it is low according to the market standard. Yes. Or if you are paying 45,000, it means it is high according to the market standard. So that is why this compare ratio helps to find the actual salary according to the market standard of the relevant employer. So compare ratio, it is short for comparative ratio, metric used in compensation management to compare the employee's salary to the midpoint of a salary range. Midpoint of a salary range means market standard. So this is the formula for calculating the compare ratio. Okay. After calculating, if the answer comes 100% or 1, it means the fair compensation is there. Employee salary is at the midpoint. Suppose, for example, the technician salary is market standard is, let's take it 50 for easy calculation. Okay, market standard is 50,000 and you are paying how much? 25,000. Now put the value 25,000 employees are getting, market standard is 50,000 into 100. Okay, 25 2 and 250 means 50%. It means you are paying according to the market standard, you are paying only 50% of salary to your employees. It is 50% means it is less than 100. The employees are paid less than the midpoint, means you are paying less. And if it is more than 100, it means you are paying more than the market standard. If it is 100%, 50,000 market standard, you are paying 50,000, it means 100%. So the employees are actual paid, the fair paid according to the market standards. That is what the compare ratio is. And this is one example. Okay. So let's say the market pay range for average receptionist position is 20,000 and 28,000. All right. So average pay is what? 20,000 to 28,000. So first we have to find the midpoint. 8 4 divided by 2, so that is 24,000. So midpoint is what? 24,000. Already given in the question, but we have also calculated. Okay, 5 actual receptionists are there who is earning A21, B23, C24, D26, E28. Now calculate, find the compa ratio for that. So average salary of the employees, what is the salary of the employees? 21,000 first employee divided by midpoint of the salary 24 into 100. So 21 upon 24 into 100, it would come 0.85 or 87.5. It is less than 100 means they are underpaid. Okay, it is also less than 100 because 23,000 you are giving salary to your receptionist and the fair value is 24,000, again underpaid. This is actual paid. 24,000 is the market standard. Receptionist is also getting 24,000. 26,000 receptionist D is getting the salary and market standard is 24, so overpaid. Why company overpaid? Because of the experience they can overpaid, because of the highly skilled employees. That is why the company can pay over according to the market standard. So that is how to calculate compa ratio. All right. Okay, so one request from you all, those who are watching this session on YouTube, kindly subscribe the session because in coming time you will be seeing a lot of content in this channel. Okay, not only for compulsory papers but also for the elective papers. And if you feel sessions are helpful, then you can like the session. Moreover, share it with others so that they may also get the benefit of going through these sessions. Hmm. All right. Okay, so let's start with, we have time now. Okay, let's do till unit number 14. Now, unit number 14 is all about performance appraisal. So, what is performance appraisal? Performance appraisal means when any employee join the company, after joining the company, after getting a proper training, compensation programs, the now it's high time that to do the measurement of their performance. Okay, throughout the entire year, how employees have performed, what were his or her performance, according to that performance appraisal will be given. So we have some traditional methods and modern methods of performance appraisal. Now let's do one by one. Okay. Free form of essay method is what? See, free form of essay method simply just like when you were in school or college, you were given a topic, okay, to write the essay on that. So what you used to write, you write first the positive features and then negative features, the conclusion, okay, the awareness, what could be the steps. This is what you write. So essay method is simply like that only. If you are asked that okay, this is the employee A, you have to write the positive and in negative uh, features of this employee. So you will write all the positive fact how that employee has performed throughout the year. In critical incidents, how the employee reacted. So you will going to write everything about that. So that is what the free form essay method. It is totally unstructured, no structured format is there. The appraisal makes a free form. It is open ended. So you are allowed to write the subjectivity of this particular employee. The system gives absolute freedom also to write anything about the employee. And what is the drawback of the employee? That is, it is totally subjective evaluation. All right, how subjective evaluation? Suppose let's take for an example. If I have any personal issue with you, all right, no matter how much good you are in all the field, in all the aspect, still I will not going to give you the 100% rating, or I will not going to write everything, every positive of you in the paper, in the document. Why? Because if I'm having personal issue, so that is why this method is what it consists of the biasness and the comparison becomes difficult. So that is total subjective. Now, straight ranking method is what simply in this rank, the ranks are given to the employees. Again, the drawback of this, the because ranks they are not in a quantitative terms, so it becomes difficult to compare the employees. So comparison becomes difficult in straight ranking method. Okay. Now, comparison method is what in this we are comparing one employee to another employee. So this is the modification of the street ranking method where employee is compared on selected factors. Like just now we have seen some of the factors. So here also we will take some factors like leadership, initiative, punctuality, hard work, smart work. Uh, all these are the factors that we will choose, and then we will give the points to the candidate. So this method is known as factor comparison method. See, comparison is also done, and on the basis of different factors, the comparison is done. So when the number of employees is large, it becomes difficult. See, factor comparison is okay when the size of the organization is small, when people are less in number. But if the size of the organization is very large, like 300, 400, 500 employees are there, then it becomes quite difficult to do the comparison. Then in that case, we make the pair of the employees. Okay, we make the pair of the employees and then we do the comparison. So in case of large number of employees, the paired comparison method is useful. So we make the pair and then we do the comparison. Now, grading method, simply very easy method on the basis of different factors. You will give the grading, outstanding, average, below average. Graphic or linear rating method is what it is. Again, in this, some qualities are judged on the basis of the factors. So this method considers main two factors. One is the characteristics of the employee and how much they have contributed in the company. So characteristics will include all the attributes of the employees, that is the dependability, the decisiveness, the hard work, the initiative, these are measured. And contribution means how much employee has contributed in the company. Like for example, the company has made the target in the month of uh, November, okay, November, December. That in 2 months we have to finish our 10,000 units. Okay, we have to produce 10,000 units. Now, how much employee has contributed in making this 10,000 units in these 2 months? So that is what that is the quantity of work, how much employee has put the effort in this. So while measuring contribution, weightages are assigned to both quality and quantity. So weights will be given to both the quality and quantity in graphic or linear rating method. And accordingly, the performance will be measured. Now, forced choice description and distribution methods. So this is what, see, two words are there. One is choice. All right, choice. Okay, so choice are also given, but again the forced word is added. Means it means you are given only few options. Yes, suppose few options are given. If I say that employee A, employee B, employee C, employee D, which employee is more suitable for this particular task, like for XYZ task? Okay, for handling the, you can say a loan documentation. Let's take it loan documentation. So I'm asking I'm asking to you that which employee is more suitable to for performing this work? Either A, B, C, and D. You know that employee F is more suitable for doing this task, but still there are no option given to you in where the F is there. Only four options are given to you. Means you have to make the choices also, but these are the forced choices. No other option is given to you which one you feel is more better. That is forced choice description. And forced distribution method is what in this the parameters are already fixed by the company. So forced distribution method are what this method involves placing employees into performance categories according to a fixed distribution curve. Now this is fixed distribution curve. Like I say that you have to keep at the top category only 20% of the employees. Suppose 100 employees are there in your company, and I'm asking you to keep at the top level only 20%. 20% means 20 employees. You know that in the company 30 people are there who is uh, who is to be put at the top level position, but already the company has made the fixed parameters that you cannot exceed 20%, you cannot go beyond 20%. So that is what, according to fixed distribution curve, it is based on past data. So employees might be categorized into groups such as top 20, middle 60, bottom 20. This is known as forced distribution method. Next is 360-degree appraisal feedback sources. So 360-degree appraisal feedback sources is what? In this, suppose I want to do the appraisal of you. So I'm not going to ask from your senior manager only. I will ask from the customers. I will take the data from direct reports. I will ask from clients. I will ask from suppliers. I will ask from the teamwork. I will ask from the planning department. So I will take feedback from different sources, and that is known as 360-degree feedback. Not only from one individual, not only from one senior manager, I'm taking the feedback. I'm taking the feedback from all other people. Like you are working in bank, so I'm not going to ask from the branch manager. I will ask from the customers also. Tell me, is this employee good in the bank? I will ask from the clients. I will ask from your peer members. That is what 360 degree. Suppose the customer has said that this employee is good in all the things, but this employee does not know how to talk with the customers. Always in a aggression. This employee talks, okay, this employee does not talk politely with the customers. So that is the feedback you have got from the customer. After getting the feedback, if you are working on the feedback, after that, again, the appraisal is conducted, the 360 degrees conducted to know that whether you have worked on whether you have done improvements on the feedback which you have got, that is known as 720 degree. So first time 360 degree to know the feedback. Second time if 360 degrees conducted to know whether the improvements you have done or not, that is known as 720 degree. Clear? 360 and 7. Next is management by objective. So MBO given by Peter F. Drucker. So management by objective, what it says, this was coined by Peter F. Drucker. This appeared in his book, The Practice of Management, which was published in 1954. Now, MBO, what it says that if together both managers and employees, if they will take decision for the company, then the company will go ahead in future. It will achieve their objectives in a effective manner. That is what the MBO says. So both should take decision along for the company for the objectives. Objectives, it is the management model that focus on organizational goals that has to be agreed by both management and employees. Then only they can boost the employee participation and commitment also. Then only the company can achieve their objectives in more efficient manner. Now, there is one more term that is known as MBE, management by exception. So management by exception, what it says that exception means something that has to be uh, avoided. Yes. So management by exception. Okay. One homework for you. You have to tell me who has given this concept. MBO given by Peter F. Drucker, who has given MBE. Okay, I will ask tomorrow. Management by exception, what it says that the managers need not to focus on all the activities. For their rest of the small activities, they have their people, they can do that work. Okay, they can follow, they can go for that thing. Management should only focus on their core areas, not on the small activities of the company. That is what the management by exception says. Next is human asset accounting model. So human asset accounting model, what it says that the company should consider the human as an asset of the company, because if humans are there, then only the company can run, then only the company can grow, then only the company can expand its operation. So employees, these are considered as an investment that drive for long-term organizational value. So there should be the highly you can say economic value should be created for the employee benefit. Employees, these are the assets of the company that the manager should understand. These are not the expense of the company. If you are hiding any employee, if you are giving salary to that employee, so that employee is bringing double salary to your company, double profits in your company. So shift the mindset that the employees are the expenses in your company. All right. Now, next is what that is behaviorally anchored rating scale. So these are all the modern methods, behaviorally anchored rating scale or human asset accounting model, 360 degree, 720 degree. These are all the modern methods of performance appraisal. Okay, what is the difference between traditional and modern method? Traditional method, in this, the past, the historical assessment is there. What individual has performed in the past, we will look that only. Okay, but in modern methods, we will not only look the past activities of the human, but we will also see the current scenario, current situation of the people as well. So BAR's full form is behaviorally anchored rating scale. This is the method which tells about the behavior of the employees. How employees have behaved in the past, according to that, the appraisal will be given. So, following steps are there, 5 steps are there in behaviorally anchored rating scale. First is identify effective and ineffective job behaviors. Effective and ineffective means how the employee has what employee has done effectiveness in the company and what employees have not performed any activity. So collect the real examples of employees effective and ineffective. Like for example, effective employee has helped customers for solving their problem, and ineffective is what employee has ignored the customer problems or customer complaints. So effective is good and ineffective is poor. So good will be given more marks, ineffective will be given less marks. Then next is convert these behaviors into dimensions. So dimensions are what? These are the key areas which will help you, which will help the company to define, which will help the company to to give the proper points and numbers on different ways. So examples like communication skills. So what, how good come, how better you can communicate, how good you have communicated. According to that, the points will be given. Okay, teamwork, customer service, time management. Then job experts will evaluate these dimensions, that whether these dimensions are correct or not. The managers or experienced employees will check these dimensions whether they are important or not. If these dimensions are important for the job, they will include it. If not, they will reject it. Then the rates will be given to the behavior. So excellent, like ineffective is there, so zero rating is there. So excellent, average, poor, so all the ratings will be given. Then these ratings will be calculated. So use incidents as behavior anchors. So what are the critical incidents where employee has behaved in this manner in past? So fix them as anchors on the rating scale. So give them the ratings, and then like 5 rating is there. It means employee has solved the problem very quickly, faster. 3 rating is there, means employee solves the problem, but it takes a lot of time. And one is the employee ignores the problem of the customers. So that is what the parts. So these are all the 5 steps are very important. Uh, 10 minutes more. Okay. 10 minutes. We will end the session in 2.5 hours. All right, 9:30. We will end the session at 9:30. So in 9:30, how much we can complete it, we'll do. Now, assessment center is what? This is the center in which we will assess the candidates. Now, this is basically done at the highest level, at the managerial level. Okay, this is basically done at the managerial level, for the post of the managerial level. So assessment centers are what? These are designed to test the multiple skills. See, from interview alone, you cannot test the multiple skills of the candidate. So you will put the candidate into different assessment centers, and then you will test the multiple skills. So to test the multiple skills of the candidate for the higher level position, for supervisory and management level position, that is why assessment center is done. So in this, we have different performance related exercises are provided. The case studies are given, the role play are given, the simulation analysis is there, so that the company can test your different skills and your mindset, whether you are able to perform the work at this position or not. So common components or tools of assessment centers are their group exercise, role play, psychometric testing, presentation, entry. So group exercise is what? In this the candidates are allowed to work in a group, so that the company can understand that how much collaboration the employee is having, how much cooperative the employee is, how better they can communicate. Role play is what? Candidates may be asked to act in a scenario, like the manager gives you the task that okay, if any customer comes to your office, okay, that customer is very angry customer visits to your bank, how you would going to react with that, how you would going to tackle that angry customer. That is what the role play given. Or the manager says to that, okay, suppose the uh, business crisis is there, okay, mock business crisis. So how you will going to react, what were your responses, how you will going to take action. Then psychometric testing is done. It is basically done to test your intellectual capability. Okay, how much intelligent you are, how quickly you can take, how quickly you can find solutions to the problems. Presentation is basically done so that the owner, the manager can see your presentation skills. how presentable you are. Suppose the manager wants to take you in the meeting, okay, and if you are not presentable, if you are not able to present your project well, then they will lose the clients, they will lose the investors. So that is why the presentation skills are important to test. Entry or case study exercise means in basket, it is also known as in basket. So a scenario is created and certain employees are kept over here and they are asked to perform in this scenario. So a simulated environment is created or a virtual scenario is created and you are asked to perform that if similar type of situation you will going to face in future, how would you encounter? How would you going to perform at that time? That is entry or case study exercises. So we will be doing questions from Monday onwards. Okay, from Monday at 7:30 a.m. I have shared the 7 day study plan. Na? You can see that session on YouTube. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days we are doing marathon sessions of all the module. And the last 2 days in one day, last day before your exam, we are also doing questions. So kindly go and watch that 7 day study plan. I have told, okay, I have shared everything there. Now, simulation exercise is what that is. A artificial environment is created, a simulated environment is created to test how you will going to behave in that situation. Like acting as a manager, handling an angry customer, or solving a mock business crisis. So that is environment is created artificial so that they can know if same environment comes in future how you would going to handle that. And this I guess this we have done a presentation. Yes, presentation and role play. All right, so let's keep it here. uh, all right, so from tomorrow we will start with competence versus competency. Okay, and tomorrow we'll complete module B, then we will start with module C. So few units we will do in module C as well. Still, we have a lot to complete. All right. So those who are watching right now on YouTube, kindly enroll in our capsule batch. We have started from today onwards, and it will go till today's 23, 29th of May till morning. So we have total 7 classes in our capsule batches. So kindly join it so that you can also avail the benefit because on YouTube only 2 days classes will be there. For rest of the days you have to join the paid classes. All right. And one request from you all that if you feel sessions are helpful to you, if you like this session, then kindly like it. And those who are watching on the paid classes, please give your feedback and your ratings. Okay, both matters a lot. Hardly it will take 2 to 3 seconds to give the rating and to mention the feedback. All right. So tomorrow the same timing that is 7 p.m. in the evening we will start our session both on the YouTube as well as on the paid classes. Okay. Chalo. So thank you all for watching this session. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time 7 p.m. and after the session gets over I'll upload the PDF on paid classes. All right. Bye bye everyone. Good night to all.